It's the Hey Now podcast.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I could hear you loud and clear, man. It's the Hey Now podcast, man. Conversations and journeys. It's been a while. I got my boy Beloved here. He's gonna hit us with some rants, but it's gonna be afterwards. It's gonna be a different part. My guy Gabe came through. He's gonna be helping us out. Jay's always here, and you know we got our guest, man. My guy Hector from We Run Uptown, man. We're gonna get into some. We're gonna get to talking, man. We're gonna find out how my guy got into running, man. You know what inspired him, yo, and also the good thing he's doing for the community. So, yeah, man. We gonna get into it. So, Beloved.
You know, it's been a while. Just to give everybody an update, currently on the road with Bridging the Gap. We're pushing our gospel record, breaking rules, like my man Ye. I'm not canceling him. I don't care what nobody say. But I'm tired dealing with musicians behind the scenes.
It's the Eagles, right?
Traveling domestic and abroad. I love everybody I work with, but it's a huge undertaking.
You're dealing with different personalities.
Different personalities, you know, dealing with a whole lot. So I'm glad to be home, to activate tonight. We go back on the road Saturday. We're in Maryland. But yeah, you know, still dealing with the transition of real life entrepreneurship, figuring that out, going through my ups and downs, but nonetheless, thankful and feeling optimistic.
So, now to our guest, man. How we doing today, brother?
I'm good. Thank you guys for having me.
No, man.
Well,
so
thank you for coming.
Yeah, I worked on a project this summer, and I had to get Hector and his crew for the event. So I got a chance to meet him, man. Found out, you know, I always heard about We Run Uptown because I'm from Uptown, but I never knew exactly like who did it, you know, what it was about, you know. So I got a chance, you know, to really, you know, have a conversation with him, you know, learn about, you know, him and his crew, man. So it's a pleasure, you know, to have you here.
Thank you.
Taking time out, your busy schedule, to chop it up with us. So, man, y'all, let's get right into it, man. So, where you from, man?
I'm from the Heights, born and raised. Grew up on 168th Street, which is another one in Amsterdam.
Oh, so, medical center type.
Yeah. So I'm very local. Went to school PSA, went to IS 90. But yeah, from Uptown.
All right, so you from Uptown. So coming up, was you always into sports?
Nah, I didn't play sports. I was I tried, you know, like most of my peer group played basketball. Like at YBL, what's it called? FYI, at PS 128, you brought 2 cans of food and $20. IS 90, you know, I watched sports for a really long time in my life, probably till like high school. So I tried everything. I tried baseball. I used to play here in the league at
Highbridge.
And I wasn't good, bro. I sucked at sports. I was not good. And my parents would spend all this money on baseball, and I would come, like, roll in the dirt and go home and be like, yo, muchísimo. And like, I played. Look what I did. And one year, my mom pulled up, and my parents worked, you know. Like, both of them.
Hard working.
A lot of working,
yeah.
You know. They did an amazing job. Like, They provided everything that we
stability,
needed.
yep.
So most of that was me like a babysitter. I was like childcare. Like you here all day, I'm gonna come back and you're gonna get picked up, you know. And I wouldn't even be I would be playing in the jungle gym or like doing shit I wasn't supposed to be doing because I wasn't good. And then they caught me. They came to watch a game to surprise me, and I got home and I was like, yo, look, I played it. I know you did it. We watched every single game. Basketball was trash. I wasn't good at basketball. I really wanted to play because all my friends played, but I wasn't athletic. I would spend money and I would just do it because I wanted to be with my friends. All my friends were playing, so I wanted to pull up to IS 90 and play. And you know, even though I was trash, I wanted
to be around your friends, of course.
I wanted to be. Well, I wanted to do what all my friends were doing. Everybody was playing ball. I wanted to play ball. I was bad, but I learned the fundamentals. I got to learn the fundamentals of a sport. You know. Like, even though I knew I wasn't going to the A, like
you still knew for A.
Well, you know what I'm saying, you know, but I was trash.
Man.
So when I got to high school, that was when I was like, I'm done with this shit. Like, I'm not good at sports. I don't want to play basketball. I don't want to play baseball. I'm not going anywhere. And I just like got into like clothing, got into like sneakers and like.
So that's what. So that was. So once you get to high school, you started getting this passion for fashion.
Yeah. Like and now I wasn't like spending all this money. I was I was a kid.
You paid attention. You were in tune with what was going on.
I went to school in the LES. So I was over in the Heights. Everybody uptown was rocking Trues, and I was doing the same thing. I was rocking Trues and Pals and Biggies and all this shit. But then I went to school on Delancey Street, and then it's like,
different.
What's all this Supreme shit and like Stussy
Dave Quality Meats,
DQM, A-Life, a New York thing, like all these brands. I'm like, yo, what are all these dudes wearing, and like, why do I stand out? So then I started like I remember the first time I cut school was to go cop a pair of Asics Gelite 3s at A-Life, the ones with the little eyes on.
He said A-Life.
Yeah, that was.
Camping out for kicks. I went to Supreme for the first time to Stussy, and it was like, all right, cool.
Oh,
So it was different. I was like, oh, cool. I see the dudes that play sports. That's not me. I need to like not reinvent myself, but I need to forget.
You evolved.
I stopped watching sports. Like I don't know anything that's going on. MLB, NBA. I don't watch any sports. Everybody makes fun of me. Like my dad, my boys tell me like.
Oh wait, until this day?
Until this day. Like I'll sit here and watch the finals with you, and I know what's going on. And
But you won't sit here like a season like.
I don't care.
I'm not gonna run home for a game.
Nah, it's not important. That's not important enough. If I'm at the bar, like I don't know who got drafted where. My boys are like, yo, your kids are gonna need a real male robot. Your kids are gonna come talk to you about the game, and you're gonna be like, I know what's on hype piece right now. Like I know when this new Supreme drop is happening. But, yeah, man. No, I'm never like I'm not really athletic. I don't.
No, but I'm sorry to cut you off, James. I know you was about to probably say a rant, but I think that's kind of dope because it's like you was exposed to something else. Because that was kind of the same thing with me. I was from the Heights, but I went to high school in Harlem. So people in Harlem dress different from the people in the Heights. So I got to see that, and I kind of got to like figure it out on my own. So that's kind of dope. You said that.
So
it's interesting.
Your high school years.
Here we go.
What years were these?
This was like I graduated high school and I want to say this is like in 09 I graduated high school. Not 09, I can't be 09. 05 I graduated high school.
Oh, so from 01.
No. Wait. I'm gonna be honest. I'm bad with numbers. I'm 28 right now. It's 2019.
No, he graduated.
09.
Yeah, it was 09.
09. So from 05 to 09. That Soho era, that was a very galvanizing time with the whole SB era and a lot of the streetwear.
Actually, some dude one of my peers from elementary school named Anthony, he's from 171st. Like he put me on to like freshman year. We were doing laundry together, and I was starting to get into kicks, and he was like, yo, he played ball. Like that was one of the guys that played ball. Right. And he was like, yo, I'll take you shopping. And I remember going with him to buy like my first pair of SBs. A dude from the Heights that was also going to school in the LES.
In the LES. The reason why I asked, because around that time I was living in Boston, but I used to take the bus, the Chinese bus for like $12, and I would come up to Soho, cop whatever I needed to cop, maybe stay a day or two with friends or family, or just cop and just come right back. And when I went back to Boston, yo, what are you wearing? Where'd you get those? I'm like, nigga, not here.
Why is there a size 13 shoe here? Like, whose kicks why are these kicks smoked and you repainting them? At that point, like the Bronx was really popping at that point. Like everybody, like I started going on the Bronx there. I started finding out new parts of the city. Because you're doing sneaker trades, and you're going here, you're going there. Like, I caught myself in sketchy ass situations in the Bronx. Like, damn, I should have been trading my shoe by myself with this dude on 167 on the 4 train. Like, what am I doing?
Yeah. That's a little deadly, right, Jay? Jay, that's a little deadly right there.
Yeah.
Fuck that lot.
Or being like on the 3 train, on the 2 line, like confused on the 2 line, or being on like anywhere in the Bronx.
So you were trading So you was on Nike Talk.
ISS. I had small feet. I was a 6.5. So FSF, female sneaker forum. Like, what I couldn't catch on.
You was getting the kicks for the low for a minute. For a minute.
I was 6.5, so I could get a pair. Any Jordans I wanted in a 6.5.
That was me too. Fuck that. I feel you on that.
Yeah, man, that was it. Like, that's my dad's biggest disappointment. That I don't want to sit with him and like Let's go to a Yankee game. I'll pull up. Like, my job gives away Yankee tickets all the time for $2. Good seats. I can buy them just to give them shits away. I don't want to go. I'm done going. One game a year, I'm good.
All right. So,
Interesting perspective.
no, yeah, it is, man. I thought you were saying when you didn't watch sports, you know, that was back then, but now, but that's even more. All right. So, do you watch any like runners?
Not really. Like, I don't even, like, track and field is a big thing for us, for the runner. Like, Kipchoge, he went sub-2. He's the first person in the world to ever go under 2 hours.
Okay, educate the people, sub-2.
So Eliud Kipchoge is the GOAT. When it like
The goat of what?
of everything, of sports. You think Jordan because he got all these rings, and like LeBron and Kobe, and you think about like Pele and all these big players from different sports, but none of them have done things that are unhumanly possible. Eliud Kipchoge went out and he tried to go sub-2 2 years ago. Sub-2 is a sub-2 hour marathon. He tried to run 26 miles in under 2 hours. His best time was like 2:03, 2 hours and 3 minutes. He's running like 5-minute miles. That's like, think about how fast you're
The
running.
entire time.
The entire time for 26 miles, 26.2 miles. He tried to do it. He missed by 26 seconds. So he ran 2 hours and 26 seconds. If he would have ran a second faster each mile, he would have done it. But it was just humanly impossible.
Yeah.
He came back. He did it this year. He went 1 hour, 59 minutes, and like 46 seconds or something like that. I should know it, but I don't know it. But like stuff like that, I'll watch. Like that's something you have to watch.
So, but let me ask you, but did you read that stuff where they were saying that something with the Nike sneakers?
Yeah, that they're saying like that. But the thing is like,
do you think that plays a factor?
of course the shoes. So I ran the Chicago Marathon in a Next Percent. That's the Nike's fast shoe right now. That shoe's not even made for me. Like I'm a heel striker. The way I run like a fat dude. It's the truth. It's like my running form is very different from the people that shoe's made for. But I was forced to run on my toes because like I was running like this because of the way the shoe has a carbon fiber plate in it. But it isn't. That's not something illegal. That's not cheating. The shoe is new technology. So as technology changes, it helps you. It helps the athlete. It's like LeBron shoes having more cushioning, or like adding a Zoom X thing to the like like an airbag. Mm-hmm. Those things aren't cheating, but whatever. Hypebeast is saying it's cheating. They're gonna get to the bottom of it. But the shoe definitely helped. It helped me. I shaved 12 minutes off my marathon with the new shoe already.
And you think it played?
I need to get my shit together.
It was. And you think it played a role? You know it played a role.
It was my training, but also the shoe, because the shoe was forcing me to be a more efficient runner. And the carbon fiber plate, what it does is when you press on you lose energy. Think about you running up the block. You lose the energy you're putting into the shoe. With the carbon fiber plate, it brings energy back into you. So it conserves some of the energy you're using, so you get less tired. And you're running more efficiently because it's forcing you to run to have a full range of motion. It's really dope. It's really dope. But yeah,
he's about to educate.
That boy educated.
High level talk.
High level talk.
We watch that's something that you heard. You need to watch it. You need to watch something like that. But I wouldn't sit there and watch if you told me somebody else that's not as mainstream as Kipchoge, I would be like, I don't know who that is. I don't know. Like I can't sit here with you and talk about splits. You can't come like, oh, I ran a 62-second this. I'll be like, all right, cool, bro, congrats. But that's not the kind of running that I'm into. I never ran in college. I never ran in high school. Like I used to go to IS-90, and we had a detention. Mr. Fafana was the detention teacher and the track coach. And you got in trouble and you had to go to the armory with this dude. He would make you run laps. That shit wasn't fun, bro. You weren't running laps because you wanted to. You were running laps so you weren't in trouble, bro. But then there was other kids that were into track that were fast. Those kids care about the Olympics. I watch it now because I'm part of the sport and I wanna and I like it, But I wouldn't be able to break things down for you.
Gotcha.
So it's interesting. So you say you didn't run in high school or college. So I wanted to save this question for Kev. I could ask him that.
Oh, I was just mad confused right now. Which was you could go ahead and ask.
So what got you into running?
I went through a breakup, whatever. That's not the reason I started running, but I did go through a breakup and I gained a lot of weight. after I was done with the break. It was just like me eating, you know, and you get comfortable. I gained weight in the relationship, but because of all the weight I gained, and not that it had to do with the break, it was just, you know, you're eating, you're doing all these things.
How much weight you think you gained?
Bro, I was wearing an extra large, and I went to like a 3X and some stuff. Like my jeans didn't fit. I gained a lot of weight.
That was
the biggest I've ever been in my life.
That was super honest that you were willing to like share that. Most of us, especially men, when we go through heartbreak, we don't wanna admit that something happened and maybe that could be because I'm gonna keep it funky. A breakup was a main reason why I even left Massachusetts and came here.
It's the thing, bro.
But it took me years to even verbally express that.
It's one of those things that happened. It's the truth, you know, and that's what it was, bro. And I was just like, I gained all this weight, and my clothes don't fit. I'm wearing sweats. And like, I'm already into clothes, so I have like all this shit that I've been collecting that I cannot wear. Like what the fuck am I gonna do with like all these large T-shirts that I've been like grading and trying to get for years, and these hoodies, and my jackets don't fit. I was in sweats, you know. So it was one of those things, and my sister was like, yo, you gotta stop feeling bad for yourself, bro. And my sister, her friends, whatever, I started working out with them, they were working out, and like I did PRX. I lost 15 pounds with those people, and I was like, all right, cool. I want to start doing my own thing. Like, I got a vision of what I want to do, and I did a lot of begging on social media. Because I gained all this weight, I wanted to lose the weight, I knew how I wanted to do it. I wanted to do it by running, because I still wanted to eat the foods I like, but I wanted to lose weight. The best way to lose weight is cardio. So I would go on social media, and we would meet every day on 165th in front of Wendy's.
So when you say we?
Me, like, well, it was just me. Me and my sister ran for a while, and then my sister started going. She went to school in Manhattan College.
Okay.
And like she was a first-time college student. She didn't have time to chill with me. She didn't have time to run. She was focused on her school,
on her studies.
So now I was by myself with nobody. So I had to like gather my friends. So I would go stand on the corner of 165th and Broadway, and I would use social media. I think Instagram wasn't doing video at the time, so it was Facebook. I would go on Facebook, and I would put a screenshot of the notes. Like, meet me at 165th, we're gonna run a 1 mile run, 2 mile run, 3 mile run. It didn't go past 3 miles. We're gonna do a bridge run. We're gonna run to the bridge, wherever. Sorry. And nobody would show up, bro. It would just be me. And then I would make a video going back home by myself because I didn't want to run. Like, I was scared for people in the hood to make fun of me. Like Uptown, at that point, when I was running, it was like, watch this fat, like, why the fuck are you running? You're huge. Like, that's what people are going to be thinking. Like, that, like, we want to see our people do bad. I don't know why. Like, you'll go to the gym and see someone, like, busting their ass on a treadmill, and you like, oh, like, you'll hear people, like, trolling him and clowning him. Like, if he's in McDonald's eating a Big Mac, you making fun of him. Now
he's trying to figure it out. You still making fun of him, yeah.
Because he don't look like you. So that's what my mind was. I was really embarrassed of my weight, and I was just my friends in the hood were gonna. I didn't want to be clowned on, and like, you can't talk about mental health to hood people.
No.
Like, I feel like now
they just gonna tell you toughen up. It's not
you know, like, oh, smoke a blunt. Like, bro, smoking a blunt isn't gonna fold me. But I couldn't talk about it. So the running was the vibe, you know. And people, I would troll them. I'd be like, yo, that's whack. Because of y'all, like, yo, y'all all on the block smoking, but nobody could come on. Y'all all want to go.
Oh, so you started holding people accountable.
Yeah, I started trolling, and then I feel like people started to feel bad. It's like, damn, I started doing it on my own. Then I'm like, nobody gonna come and do this shit dolo. People started to pull up. A lot of people started to pull up. It first started like 2, 3 people, 4 people. During that summer, it was Nike was doing the summer of fuel. I was reselling sneakers at the time, so I was on Twitter waiting for Nike to tweet stuff. Like you had to, at that point, you had to send them like a code, a hashtag, and a size, and then they would hold them at Nike Town. But they were also, the fuel ban was out, so they were also doing like, you would enter, if you gain 5,000 fuel points today, you take a picture, you send it to Nike, and you get invited to an event. I did every single event. All those events that summer had to do with fitness. Kick the can, dodgeball, capture the flag. They took us to Jersey and had like a huge field with like a fire truck that spit like paint. We were like water guns filled with paint. We were like doing capture the flag, Call of Duty. And they gave you gear and stuff. The last event for that summer was a trip to the Montauk Project with Nike. the people that won got flown out to Montauk, Long Island, and they had Olympic training for urban athletes.
Mm-hmm.
So all the same way that they toned down some Olympic training and they gave it to people from New York that were running in the street.
Okay.
Like similar to what I'm doing now.
Yeah.
And the only way to get in there was an invite, so it was influencers. I didn't even know what an influencer was at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So the invite to get
I still don't know what the niggas are.
you had to either be an influencer or win a spot, and I won my spot.
Okay.
I showed up to Nike Town and I busted my ass, and I was the fat dude there, like training, you showed up with 0 fuel points, and I had the highest. I don't remember what the number was, but while people were resting, I was like doing jumping jacks. I really wanted to go because that was the last event, and if I went to that one, I went to all of them.
Okay.
That day, I had only ran 2 miles. That trip was crazy. I have the coordinates tatted on my leg. Like that shit, that molded my running.
But I want to know what was motivating you to do all the events. You could have done 2 and be like
Free stuff. Like I'm keeping it a buck. I was like, this was new to me. I wasn't in the hood, bro. Like I wasn't chilling on the block. That's what I did in the summer. Before participating in any of this stuff, I had only been to 3 places in the world. And I'll go back into that later, but I had only been to the Dominican Republic, the tri-state area, and Pennsylvania. I hadn't been on a vacation anywhere else. I didn't know parts of the city. I didn't know brands gave back to people. So I'm like, I've been spending all this money on this clothes and kicks, and now Nike's giving away events, and you show up and you get gear, you get sneakers, gear, you get to participate. I was like playing dodgeball at the Barclays Center. Like it was like once in a lifetime opportunities, and it was nobody that had a hood mentality. I didn't have to keep my guard up. I showed up and like nobody nobody was thinking about beef. Everybody's just thinking about, we had this dope ass event with free food and like free kicks and free gear, and it was fun for me. I was like, finally, like a breath of fresh air. I don't gotta be uptown going with the nonsense on the block, drinking a nutcracker, doing nothing. I'm like in Jersey, while all my boys is on the block smoking weed, I'm in Jersey playing capture the flag with a bunch of other people from other hoods, like not even hoods, like other people in
just different walks of life. Yeah,
man. Like some of my closest friends don't even live in New York, bro. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like some of my closest friends live in other cities now. That was my motivation. I gotta get to all this stuff because, and I look dope for me, it's like, it looks dope on the internet. Everybody's like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, Hector, let's go to the shit on the block. Like, nah, I'm good, man. I'm about to go to Montauk with Nike. You know, I got flown out there.
How was it?
It was cool. It was like, we flew on a seaplane. We ran 4 miles from Nike Flatiron all the way to the pier. I've never ran 4 miles, so you already know I'm struggling. I'm all the way at the end. I show up, mad people clapping for us. We got on a seaplane and like wrap around the Statue of Liberty and go to Long Island, bro. And I'm on the seaplane. There's free beer, so you know me. I'm from the hood. I'm from uptown. I'm drinking beer. I smoke cigarettes at the time. I'm like, we get off. I'm chain smoking, and like they're giving us drink tickets. We stayed at the Rushmire, so it's like a fancy hotel in Montauk. And I'm taking people's drink tickets. And everybody's like, yo, chill. I'm the youngest one there. I just turned 21. Everybody else is an actual runner. People have ran races, but it's still like cool people. Like there was like other people that we were all into the same stuff. And I'm the young one there. I'm the only one that doesn't have like an industry job. I work at the hospital. I was a housekeeper at the time. So I'm just there like, I'm gonna bask in this shit. Like I'm taking, let me get 2 shots of Henny, and I'm taking them back, You wake up in the morning, they knock on your door, you got a free pair of kicks. You're like, oh, dope. And then like, you got to run 5 miles in the woods. I've never trail run, so I'm in the woods struggling, but I did it. A beach run. I've never ran in sand. We ran 5 miles in the beach. I did it. The last day, you had to pick between like 9 miles and it was like, they cut it for me. They cut it short. It was like, I did like 11 miles. Everybody else did like a half marathon or something.
Oh, okay.
And I struggled, bro. But that's why I got that shit tatted. Like that, when I came back that weekend, I'm like, I'm bringing all this shit back uptown. This is what I'm bringing to my hood. Like this experience, I want my people to be a part of this. And to that point, I thought I created something new uptown, but it wasn't the case. This was going on for 10 years before me. And I heard you say Bridging the Gap earlier. The name of the movement is called Bridge the Gap, BTG. Like if you look at hashtag Bridge the Gap, you're gonna see a bunch of runners.
Okay.
Hashtag BTG is a bunch of runners. It's like, think of like an exchange program for runners. So what we do in New York, they do, like my boy Corey does in London with Track Mafia. You know Pata, the clothing brand?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They have a Pata running team in Amsterdam. In Berlin they have a crew. In Toronto they have a crew. In LA they have a crew. New York has the most crews in the world. So like that's why like New York is the hub of this underground running stuff that we do. But it's huge. This is massive, bro. Like it's dope. And I was like, this is crazy. I want my squad to be a part of this. I want people from Uptown to experience these doors. Like,
so
That's fine.
you start off, people not supporting. You take your mission on your back. You start alone. You get invited to the Nike events. So give us some insight on the transition from after you leave the Nike events. How do we get to the massive movement that it is now?
I met Josh. Josh is Joshua Mock. That's my partner. When I met him, shit changed because it was like he was working at Nike at the time. So like I met him through a mutual friend who was also part of like the beginning, like the inception of what Root Crew is. And he was like, I was like, yo, I love like I fuck with you, you know. Like, we didn't really even know each other, but I just
you liked his energy.
I liked his energy. I liked the way like he spoke with conviction, and he liked what I was doing. And I was like, yo, like we should revamp this. Like I just have an idea. This doesn't have a name. We're just running. I was like, we should make this a thing, and I want your help. I want us to do this together. And we went to his tattoo artist, and we got a bunch of logos done, and we called it We Run Uptown. Like that, we made it a thing, and we had we did a play on the Public Enemy logo. Because we were the young kids. So when I met Josh, like, it was like, all right, cool, now we can spread out more. Me and Josh, like, we took over the scene. It was two young kids. We would show up to Nike events and spray each other with Coronas like we were like at a club. And it was like, yo, who's these obnoxious young kids making all this noise? Like, we were starting mosh pits at these Nike events, these corporate events, because there was another young crew called Rasa Club. And, like, we would start massive mosh pits. And that's how we made a name for ourselves.
Yeah.
Like, people we went to everybody's stuff. Like if you were having a run on a Thursday, like my life became running when me and Josh linked. If you were running on a Thursday and your crew ran in Queens, we were in Queens to show y'all love. We went to everybody's stuff so they could pull up to us. And once people knew us and they were like, we could trust these
networking,
people started to show up Uptown. We ran outside for a while, bro. We ran in the we didn't have a home. And once we got cool enough with everybody. Like we used to run out of the terminal, the bus terminal. The cops used to kick us out. We used to if it was too many of us on a corner, we would get pulled over. Like you know, they knew us from a previous life. You know, like I'm not saying I was a gangster. I wasn't like a thug or anything, but I was a knucklehead, bro. I was on the block doing shit I shouldn't have been doing. And that's where the cops knew us from. You know, that stopping for shit. We would get pulled over all the time. So now they see us in the same clothes because we didn't even feel comfortable running in running clothes. We were running in basketball shorts. We had hoodies on. Like we wanted to. Like, we still knew that what we were doing was kind of corny for the hood.
Yeah.
I remember running up 6'2" once, and we used to chill like I knew all these dudes. This is where we used to chill at. And the dudes from 6'2" be like, yo, like it's like a bunch of dudes running in ski masks. They don't know what the fuck was happening. I was like, yo, we good. It's me. We just running. But we in black hoodies, ski mask, and basketball shit. What they gonna think, you know? But but yeah, that's when things started to shift. People started to come up, and we got more comfortable as runners, you know?
So now, why Mondays?
We used to run every day of the week. It didn't matter. It was whenever we had time. Well, when Josh got involved, it was like, yo, Josh was working retail, he was working at Nike. And we were doing, like, we were recruiting everybody. Nike used to do NTC at 6 o'clock. We used to
educate on
like,
that
Nike
acronym.
Training Club.
Okay.
They used to do it on the rooftop of Nike Town. NTC was at 7 o'clock. We used to run late. We used to run like that. Because what we would do on Mondays, we would grab everybody from NTC, because Josh was off on Monday. So Josh would get off before NTC, we would do the Nike Training Club. It was like a hit workout. And get everybody, yo, you live uptown, let's go uptown, let's go run. My car's parked up there, we could do back check. And we would come, get off on 180, on 175th, wait for some other people, and run at the terminal, at the bus terminal. And throw everything in somebody's car. So we would start the run like at 9 o'clock, because it would take an hour to come from. it would take an hour to come from Nike Town.
Right.
30 minutes, whatever it was. It was cool. It was a thing. And Josh was also like, yo, I work retail. Like, I can't just be running, like, me and you have different jobs. So that's what we zeroed in on Monday.
Because he has to be on his feet all the time.
He had to be. He doesn't work for the brand anymore.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it was like he just needed the time. He just needed the time to do everything. And Mondays were perfect. You start the week off fresh. But yeah, we were running late. We were running really, really late. Some nights 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock, and we just started moving it up as we moved to different locations.
So I wanted to ask you, how is We Run Uptown different from the run clubs in New York City?
All right.
Why everybody rocking with y'all?
Yeah. So how do I put this?
Talk your shit.
When we first started, this didn't exist in Central Park. Like,
Trailblazers.
what we did uptown, nobody, and I say that shit with conviction. Like, nobody could say that they started running uptown. It was us. It was Root Crew. It was me. It was Josh. We brought that downtown running vibe uptown. You know, like, we made it cool to run uptown. Like, when we first started, like I said before, man, we made a name for ourselves. We showed love, and then we stopped. We like, yo, you're not gonna come uptown. We ain't coming to your stuff. And then people felt the void, like, yo, damn, these dudes is really not coming up. They're not coming down. So
you had to take a stand. Sometimes, yeah, reciprocity.
You know, and that's what it was. Like, we held it down, and the way we did it, we got like, this is not even a brag. Like, we from uptown, we have culture, we have like that's our song. You know, people didn't have that, and we still the youngest crew leaders. Like, me and Josh are the youngest. Like I said, New York City has the most crews. Like, there's dudes that have been doing this for 15 years. That Bridges the Gap movement started 15 years ago. When we came on the scene, it was a breath of fresh air. Because there was two dudes from the hood, like, you know, that have lived. Like, Josh is from, like, Allerton in the Bronx, you know? Like, this is where we from. We, like, from the slums, you know? And we are now bringing this shit to our hood. Like, we bringing running to a hood, you know? Like, we getting pulled over by the cops. We doing it, like, we doing swags. We doing trips to Punta Cana to go run, bringing bottles of Ace of Spade and, like, cigars on the beach after a half marathon. Like, nobody was doing stuff like that. So we were trying to bring some culture. Not even culture. We were being ourselves. Legit. We were being ourselves. We were being two dudes from uptown that happened to be running. And that's what it is. And when we started up here, like, right now, there's a crew, there's 4 crews in the Bronx, there's a crew in Yonkers, there's several crews in Harlem, there's another, a crew just popped up in Dykeman called the Dykeman Run Club, Run Team. None of this shit existed before we started, and that's a fact. Like, when people could have been running in groups, but nobody was doing it socially. And I'm so happy that it's happening. Because when we started, we struggled. And the fact that there's so many, that's what we wanted, bro. Like, there should be 4 crews in the Bronx holding it down. Everybody from the Bronx can't make it to Bodega Pizza every Monday. But you could go 10 blocks and go run, like, you could go run, where they run, Mashulu. They run in, like, at the Point. I don't know if you know about the Point in the Bronx. They run out of the Point. You know how iconic that is, that Miles Styles runs out the Point? These dudes came out to Portland with us, like, this is what we need, you know? We needed that. But we started Uptown social, like this social running, underground stuff, Uptown, that was
So y'all brought that sauce.
Sasson.
That sasson.
Yes.
Okay. No, I want to say it right.
First of all,
I
want to record how you say that, though. Your face is, like, OD hilarious, bro.
You brought that sasson.
That what?
That sasson. I mean, so how do you get to the point where now you guys have instituted a cultural hub, right?
Yeah.
How do you get to the point where now you're in partnership with a major athletic brand?
We grinded. We did, like I said, with longevity. I don't know if anyone else could say that they've been running every single Monday without missing a beat. Or every single Wednesday, every single Thursday. We've never missed a Monday. And
what about the weather?
Doesn't matter. Now we there. No, like, legit, we don't even answer those questions anymore. We running tonight. Because we running. Rain, sleet, hail, or snow. You know that lake that happens in Dykeman?
Yeah.
We pulled up on Mike. Yo, he looked at us, we were like in the fucking water, bugging out.
Really?
Yeah, bro. It's like it's one of those things where it's like people know me there, consistency, and a level of dedication. I treat this shit like my job. Like I put more into We Run Uptown than I do into my 9 to 5, and that's how I feed my family. You know what I'm saying? Like this isn't a passion project. This is my life. Like I'm a runner, and I'm comfortable with it. Not like this is what I do. Like on Mondays I'm running unless one of my kids is sick. I get into arguments with my fiance over root crew. Like this is and that's that level of dedication and the way me and my partner treat this. Like we treat this like a business. We go into these meetings with our proposals, with our plans. We sit down, we touch base. If we don't see eye to eye, we try to figure it out. Everybody's not doing that.
So now you've instituted a cultural hub. You got a partnership. The girl that caused the depression, has she called you?
No. Whoa. There's no girl that caused it, but the kid that wait.
Okay, how we got there? Because you know, people who put you through something, people who put you through something, and when they see you bounce back, you revive yourself, you evolve yourself, you create a movement in the city.
Yeah.
Those people try to.
Nah, you know what's funny? We bumped into each other at Locksmith one time, and it was like eye contact, and that's it.
That's it.
It's crazy because we both live in town, but we are in very different circles. But, you know, some of our friends started running with me from the jump. Like they were some of the first people that came to run with me. We had a lot of mutual friends. But yeah, going back to
I have to ask the questions, bro.
When you were saying like how we got to the we've actually been rocking with Nike since year one. But it's been different kind of different levels of partnership.
Okay.
The first thing that happened, we went to Punta Cana. We went out to Punta Cana to run the Punta Cana half marathon.
And that was a Nike sponsored event.
No. That was we just went to Punta Cana.
Oh, okay.
On our dime. Like it was crazy. I asked my dad. I'm like, yo, can you spot us some money, and people will pay you back in increments. And my dad paid for everybody's hotel.
Damn.
Like we had to pay my dad back because we about to go to
So he
Cana.
Believed. From jump.
Yeah, my family's very
supportive.
Very, very supportive.
That's a good thing, man.
Especially this. They're very supportive. Like you see my mom at the races, like my dad's helped us plenty of times, my sister, everybody's really supportive of this. But we asked Nike for uniforms, and that's when the Red Octobers came out. So that solar red was something Nike was using, and we pulled up to Punta Cana in solar red uniforms, the guys and the girls. It was like 15 of us. So like in DR, people were just like confused, like yo, like we showed up like a team, you know. We had like Nike Vision gave us glasses, but it was just like product. We got everything pressed in the Bronx. Somewhere in the Bronx, we pressed it ourselves because they didn't want to do it for us. Like yo, just give us the vinyls, we'll do it.
Give us the blanks, yeah.
You know? But yeah, it was dope. It was cool, and then the partnership just keep getting stronger. But like you don't have partnership with brands, you have partnerships with people at the brands. So
say that one more time.
You don't have partnerships with brands. You have partnerships with people at the brands. So like that director that I'm cool with right now, once he leaves, you got to start right over. You got to start from scratch. You know, because you got to now as a new person that has heard, they got debriefed on what you do, but they don't know you. You don't have a work rapport. You don't have a relationship. It's a young 22-year-old. So we started our relationship over and over again, and then like. 1 year, one of the home, like some guy that became like my really close friend was like, yo, we want to offer you guys a contract.
So you don't have a partnership with the brands, you have the partnership with the people.
And that's in my opinion, you know, because that person needs.
No,
you got me?
I agree with you.
But we do have a partnership with Nike. I don't want people to think like that. And we're very happy about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, we like year 5, they offered us like our 5th year. This is year 6. And we did a lot of work with them. They've been giving us clothes. Like this is different now. It's a partnership. Like we sit down together and we ideate ideas. Right? We sit down and have like ideas and meetings, and we get to actually work with them and work with the brand. And it's crazy because it's helped us give back to the community. And that was always the goal. I can't do this. My paycheck isn't enough to take care of my family and throw these dope events.
And follow this. So when you say dope events, what type of activations?
To get the most simple one, we do the Coco 5K. And that started like something like 20 of us were running in the cold, it was snowing, and we went to my mom's house and she made Dominican hot chocolate. And then the next year we were like, yo, it's about to be cold, we should do a Coco run. So we did the Coco 5K. And the song OT Genesis song.
I'm in love with the. Okay.
So like we were bumping that. It was cheesy, but it was just like.
No, I think it's like super honest.
We were gonna run, and my mom was gonna make 5 gallons of Dominican hot chocolate. You know, we've been doing that for years now. The last one we did at Bodega Pizza, we had Oatly. It's like, you know, we still try to influence the community to eat a little healthy.
Mm-hmm.
This is very social, but I introduced oat milk made out of like avena, like oats.
Mm-hmm.
I introduced that to the hood. I was joking like hashtag Oat Boys with a Z at the end, like, because it was scarce. You couldn't find that uptown. So we were ordering it on Amazon, and we made it a thing. You would show up to Christie's and buy all the milk. And like people would come have to buy milk off of us because we had all the oat milk, you know? But it was like trolling. We were joking, but the company realized that, and they sponsored the milk. We got a milk company to sponsor a running event. You know that that started off as a joke on my mom's couch. So you know it's
young people, be yourself.
Yeah.
The right people will take notice.
Sure, man. But that's the smallest run we do. And then like to the bigger events, we just did 3 events. So for our 6-year anniversary, we did a week of events. We did a pop-up shop at I just missed Anthony's shop. It's a tattoo shop on Dykeman. The name just.
It'll come back. It'll come back
to me. But yeah, man, dope event. We partnered with them, and they did tattoos. We gave away tattoos. Everyone that spent $50 on merch got a free tattoo.
What?
That was on Friday.
When y'all doing that? When was that?
This was for our anniversary.
Shit.
For anniversary one. At Bodega Pizza that Monday we did that was for our anniversary week. It was called Rue Week.
Mm-hmm.
We made merchandise for the Bodega Pizza that Monday. We gave away pizza. We had karaoke. It was crazy. It was a vibe. A lot of people drank for free. It was really dope. We gave away hats, limited Root Crew hats. Then that Saturday we did a tie-dye run. We made 100 tie-dye t-shirts and bought a bunch of tie-dye material. Mm-hmm. And everybody ran to the Little Red Lighthouse and made tie-dye tees. You know how corny making tie-dye tees is?
I don't think that's corny, bro.
What I'm trying to say. Like, people in the hood are making tie-dyes. You know, the dudes on the block aren't sitting there making tie-dye shirts, you know? The adults had more fun than my kids making tie-dye. Like the adults loved it. And everyone was running around with this custom Root Crew shirt, and that's what we wanted. Sunday, 6-hour barbecue. $1,000 worth of fireworks. Food that lasted 6 hours, music, custom domino tables, custom Root Crew dominoes. Like the Coquito dude was out there for 2 hours giving away free ices. Like we gave back that mm-hmm. You know, we put up a billboard. Like no one has done that uptown. No movement that I know of has put their own billboard.
Why do you feel it's important to give back, especially in the uptown?
Because no one's doing that. The Yankees will give away tickets through Uber, and not one ticket will be given away north of Central Park. Like the Yankees play maybe a mile from here. So why are the tickets only available on 59th Street? You know?
Damn, that boy right.
Brands don't care about this. Unless it's Dykeman basketball, brands aren't coming up here. So now that I'm working with Nike and Nike's coming up here, any brand, Gatorade, like any brand we've ever worked with, if you're gonna come work with us, let's give back, bro. Let's give this community a breath of fresh air, because that's what I felt. Like, let's give this community what everybody in Soho and in Dumbo, Brooklyn gets to participate in, you know? Like, even sampling. I used to work at a marketing company, and we used to give away, like, product. Nobody was coming uptown. Like, we went to 145th a couple times. Like, all that stuff was south of Central Park, because that's the market. So that's my thing, to give back. To give back. It's like, I feel like if I had running when I was 20, 19, 18, I would have stayed out of a lot of trouble. And not even running, but like something like, I was looking up to the wrong dudes. It was like, oh, look, the dude's doing graft, the dude's like smoking weed. And not that there's nothing wrong with that, but it was just like, the block was all I knew. Like I said, I've only been to 3 places. Up to 6 years ago, I had only been a couple states and Dominican Republic. Mm-hmm. I've been able to travel the world through running. Like, this has opened doors that I didn't even know were closed. I went to Europe for the first time through running. I've gone to places in the Caribbean because of running that I've never been to. I've been all over the U.S. Miami for the first time running. L.A., Toronto. I'm about to go to China in 2 weeks because of running, you know? All this stuff These doors were all closed because I was confined to my postal code. I didn't know anything better than the heights. And now this was 6 years ago. It's not even that big of a gap. Look how much I've been able to see, how much of the world I've been able to see in 6 years because of something as silly as running. I want to bring that uptown. Like whenever we're going somewhere, I tell everybody like, yo, book your flights, let's figure it out. I was super hyped to take 16 people from the Heights to Portland to visit Nike campus. You know?
So, you said you're going to China. What part of China exactly?
Shanghai.
What's that about?
We are, Shanghai's gonna be lit, bro. It's all the crews we linking up. So there's gonna be 4 people from New York going, 4 people from London going, 4 people from LA going, from Amsterdam, Berlin, a bunch of crews from Asia. We're just gonna vibe out and just like I said, we're part of a bigger community.
Mm-hmm.
So we're just gonna like link and just powwow, talk and exchange culture. We're gonna see how they do it, cause they got their own swag.
Mm-hmm.
It's an uptown swag, but they got their own swag and their own flavor. Like that shit works for them.
Mm-hmm.
Cause the same way we get 100 people here, they get 100 people there.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna go see how they do it in Asia. And this is my first time in Asia. Like,
Yeah, I've never been to Asia.
that wasn't even on
So,
my bucket list, bro. I've never been like, yo, I want to go to China, I want to go to Japan. Like, I never thought that far. And it's great. Like, from what I'm learning, my friends are like. Last night I was on the phone with one of my closest friends, Corey. He's like the head coach of Nike running in London. Yeah, he has his own crew called Track Mafia. I pulled up to London and this dude was like, I don't let nobody stay in my crib. I want you to stay. You can stay in my crib.
mm-hmm.
Like, if anywhere I go in the world, I got a couch to crash on. I don't have to pay for a hotel, nothing. Like,
Community.
Vice versa. Like, when they come uptown, I bring everybody to Malecon, no matter who it is. You come uptown to go get some proper
Let the people know.
Yeah, 7th, bro. You know the vibes.
Okay.
Like, and they be confused. They be like, all this food for $50, you know? But it's cool. We bring all these people, give them the spread, like the Spanish food. And, yeah, we're gonna all now, like, I was on the phone with him. He's in LA now, linking with the crew in LA. They're gonna come to New York next week for the New York City Marathon. So you're
running the marathon?
No.
Okay.
I did Chicago. I'm not doing
Yeah, my guy just did Chicago, man. How was that?
So what is that training process like? That sounds painful.
It's rigorous. It's rigorous. Chicago was hard. Chicago. Training for a marathon sucks, bro. I'm gonna keep it a buck. You train in the summer. Fridays you can't go out because you have to do a long run on Saturday. Saturdays you can't go out because you're tired. A long run consists of anything over 8 miles. So you start at 8 miles and then you start going all the way up. Then you get to mile 21 of training. That's as high as you get for marathon training.
Okay, educate me. So if the marathon is 26.2, during training you never run up until 26?
Nah. Some people do. I've never done it. I do 16-week programs. I've been lucky enough that every time I've trained for a marathon, there's only been 2. I've trained with Nike, a program called Project Moonshot,
mm-hmm.
where you have these amazing coaches and there's a training plan for you. But people been doing this shit by themselves for years, bro. Like training dolo, like I'm talking about. You know how much it sucks to go run 20 miles by yourself? I'm running with a bunch of other slow people, and there's water 5 miles in, and there's a coach that I could talk to, and I have access to like massage therapy and stuff like that. Like there's people that have been doing this for years by themselves with no program. So yeah, training sucks. Sunday you don't want to go out because your body's there. Imagine running 15 miles. You don't want to go chill at a bar. You want to be in your crib. Like I got kids. I can't I pulled 2 years ago. Last year I pulled out of Chicago because my fiance gave me an ultimatum. She's like, in the months of June and July, you've hung out with your family for 2 weekends. That's out of 8 weekends, I spent a day or 2 with them on 2 weekends.
Because of your training program?
Because of my training, and we live together. But like on Fridays, I can't go out because Saturdays I have to wake up at 7 a.m. to go to Nike and run 15 miles. Then when I get home, after running 15 miles, you chafed up, your body hurts, you're hungry, you're tired. You don't want to go take the kids to a water park. You can't even, at that time, you can't go anywhere.
You can't even walk.
Yeah, so you get home, you want to get us in a salt bath. Sunday, when she wants to do something, you don't want to do it. You want to just
your body's broke. Your body needs to recover.
And then I got to run on Monday. So she gave me an ultimatum. She was like, one of these things got to go. Like, we can't do this. And I dropped out. I dropped out of Chicago after mile 16 of training. So I got really deep in training. And I was just like, all right, cool, I'm going to pull out. And then this year, I proposed and I slid her my phone. And I was like, yo, what do you think about me running the Chicago Marathon? She was like, yo, fucking do it.
You just put a ring on it.
Yeah,
of course.
After dinner.
It was slick. So after, by the way,
she's like, yo, I got you. I'm gonna be there to support. But shit got rocky because it was like, yo, we gotta go to tomorrow's is Hendrix's birthday. We gotta go to Splish Splash or whatever we want. And I was like, yo, I gotta run 15 miles on Saturday. I don't think I want to do that Sunday. I don't want to walk around on Sunday. But I toughened it up. I did it. You know, I found the balance. But the training sucks.
So you've done the Chicago Marathon. You've done another marathon also?
New York City Marathon was my first 2 years ago.
Whoosh. So you plan to run more marathons?
I signed up. As soon as I got home from Chicago, I signed up for the Berlin Marathon.
When is that?
Berlin is in September. I have to get it. So these things you got to get in by lottery.
Okay.
I got a bid, I've got it lucky. New York, I got a bid from the brand, from Nike. And they did the story on me. I was scared shitless for New York because I'm like, yo, if I and I'm not, this isn't me trying to brag, but the 2 videos I've gotten the most views on Nike NYC were my video and Leomi's video. Leomi's like the voguing. So those were the 2. It was for for the Be True campaign for the LGBTQ. Those were the 2 videos that got the most views. When I found that out, I was shook. I was like, if I fail, I failed in front of all these people. I'm gonna look like I'm gonna look corny. I'm gonna look. The fat dude couldn't do it. Like, it wasn't until after the New York City Marathon that I felt comfortable. Bro, I'm gonna wear out a shirt right now. I'm 100 and I'm 240. I take my shirt off. I don't care anymore. I'm gonna run. I'm fat. That's it. But it wasn't until after the New York City Marathon that I started to gain that confidence. That I started to feel like I was at the same level as all my other peers. Like, what are you gonna tell me? You run a marathon, I run a marathon. Like what? Like, you get me? Like, before that was the only thing. Like, cool, you ran a couple little highs, but have you never done a full? That's it. Anything you did, I did. So it took me longer, but I did it. I gained a different kind of confidence. I started to carry myself a different kind of way in the running community. And like running the marathon opened more doors.
Yeah, you've been to glory already. You've completed marathons, so people have to respect that.
I finished it.
That's on my bucket list.
You should do it. You could definitely do it. If I did it, you could definitely.
I was on my bucket list one day.
And I said I was never gonna do another one. I did Chicago. And Chicago, I felt strong. Like, I was drinking at mile 24. It's crazy. I'm mile 24.
What do you mean? Drinking what?
Somebody passed me a beer. The Mexican community in Chicago is lit. Like, and I was scared that I didn't know anybody in Chicago. Somebody passed me a beer at mile 24, and I made a video, and I'm drinking the beer. That was the first time I stopped. And I'm drinking the beer, and I'm like, yo, and I'm like, yo, fuck it, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna make a dope video. And I was scared. I'm like, yo, should I be celebrating when I got 2 miles left? You get me? Like, it's too early to celebrate. I can still get hurt. So many things can happen in these 40 blocks. But I cracked open the beer, and I was like, yo, find another marathon and sign me the fuck up. This ain't my first rodeo.
That's what you said on camera.
On camera. So I was hyped, bro. I felt good. And then I got home and I signed up for the Berlin Marathon. I shaved 12 minutes off my time. So I got home, signed up for Berlin. I'm only doing world majors. So when you do the 6 world majors, New York City, Chicago Marathon, the Berlin Marathon, the Boston Marathon, Tokyo Marathon, and London. When you do all 6, you get a special medal called the Abbott's World Majors Medal. There's not a lot of people that have done that. Like, everyone. Some of those races are impossible to get into. In London, it's impossible to get into. Berlin, I know I'm going to get in without a problem. Tokyo, it's going to be a little bit of an issue. Boston, I can get a bid without a problem. But
why is...
There's mad people trying to get into them, yo.
It's hard, bro.
It's hard.
No, but if you already on your resume, it says I already ran this one, this one.
It's a lottery.
Oh,
like,
okay.
The Boston Marathon, you have to qualify for. It's frowned upon to get a free bib without qualifying. You have to run a really fast time. For me to get into the Boston Marathon, I have to run a 3:05, a 3 hour 5 minute marathon. My best time is 6:09. I would have to cut my time in half to be able to qualify for the Boston Marathon. You know, but I could get a bib. I don't care about speed. I don't care about time. You know.
You want to finish.
I just want to finish. You know, for me to be like a fat dude from the heights with the 6 world majors, it's lit.
It's fire.
I know a bunch of fast people that don't have it. I know a bunch of fast people that have never ran a marathon. Like, there's people that are way more fit than me that will not run a marathon. Like, that 26 months.
It sounds scary. I'm not gonna lie. It sounds petrifying.
It's scary, bro. You at mile 20, your body's shutting down.
So it's all mental, right?
It's mental, it's physical. You gotta train. You can't like, a marathon isn't a basketball game. Like, yo, I'm trash, but I'm gonna pull up and you're gonna give me the ball and I'm gonna try. You show up to run 26.2 miles and your body's not ready. Like people die. Like people, like if you look at the mortality rate for like the London Marathon, people die, bro. Like people cross the finish line and die. Like the first person that ever ran a marathon died. You know, like it's like Greek mythology, whatever. It's like the Battle of Marathon. The dude ran 26 miles and after he delivered the message, he collapsed. That's where the .2 comes from. Like he didn't even get to get like something like that's the story. Like the .2 was like. Or something like that. He didn't, or at least that's what
I did, no, that's.
It's something
a
like
historian.
Yeah. Because
So
no
you
idea.
telling me people die?
It's not really.
You're scaring me.
To want to go out there and run.
Every time I've done it, I've gone to the doctor and I've made sure I'm clear. Like yo, how are my levels? Can I do this? Am I physically able to run a marathon and I have a heart attack? I got kids at home. I can't just go, I'm gonna run a marathon and then like get a stroke or like die or something.
So how do your kids feel about this movement and journey that you're cultivating? How?
My kids love it. Like my kids know, like they know on Mondays and like that. What's the day? Monday? Oh, you gonna go run? You know, it's like
They know the schedule.
It's whack. For me, it's a little whack because like I can't take them yet. Like my son's 4 and 3. Like it would be a bother to have them running. Like I would hold everybody back.
Yeah.
Maybe one of them with a stroller, but you know, they've ran a race with me. I signed them up for kids races.
So they're getting involved early, yeah.
Me, my kids, and my fiance, we ran a mile together
That's
as
dope.
a family. When I get home, like they, you know, like I'm away a lot. I'm away from home a lot, and it's running related. And I tell them like, yo, Daddy's gonna bring that medal for you, and that's my motivation when I'm running. Like, yo, I want to quit. I don't feel good. I don't want to do this. And I'm like, yo, how am I gonna let my kids down? You know?
So they collect a lot of the medals.
Well, the medals are all we have a rack as soon as you walk into my house. And they see it, but like I come home and I put it on their neck. Sometimes I try to take 2 medals so I can get one. I have 2 kids, you know.
Yeah.
Like, but it, you know, it's the motivation. It's my kids can never tell me that they can't do something. So in the back of my medal is my fiance's name and my kid's name for the New York City Marathon because I dedicated that to them. Because that training, I took away so much from. I have kids, I have babies. So like, if you're busy a whole summer, like you wasted valuable time that you could do family activities.
The time you can't get back.
You can't get that time back. And I dedicated the New York City Marathon to my kids and my fiance. Put their names on the back, and I told them I was like, yo, like this is gonna be next. Whenever my kid tells me I can't, I'm gonna bring that medal out. I'm gonna be like, I couldn't, and I did, you know? So no matter, we're gonna apply that medal to everything. You can in school, yes you can. You can in sports, yes you can. You can at that job, yes you can. Because I doubted myself, everybody doubted me. No one ever thought I was gonna run a marathon. At my first half marathon, my mom was shook. Yo, you're gonna get a heart attack, you're too big to be doing this, it's too cold. Yo, there's a picture of me and my mom just crying. That knows less than me. Like if you can't add any value to my life, I should want to be around people that are gonna help me grow, not keep me stagnant. You know, and everyone that's been around, like I've been blessed that when I came into this running community, I got like little brothered by a lot of people, and not in a bad way, in a good way. Like a lot of people took me under the wing,
yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Like, yo, this is like let me put you onto game. Like you've never worked with a company, you don't know what the fuck to ask for. So this is how you do it. Don't get screwed, or like yo, I don't like this that you're doing with your crew. Like tweak it a little bit. Do this if you want. And these were people like those people ain't doing that shit for nobody right now. Cause it's gotta like that's where we're at now. Root Crew is like people are coming to us for advice, and I do it. I give like any crew, anyone that's new, anyone that wants to start something, and comes to me for advice. Like yo, how do you like? I'm putting people on to like yo, this is when you could get heat press in bulk. You know, a lot of people didn't do that for us. Like we went fishing for info with them people. Like these guys are cool. We could let them in. We could let them into our circle. But at first, like we were paying top dollar to get clothes printed. Like nobody was telling us go buy a heat press, go buy vinyls, go buy a vinyl cutter. You could do this shit for yourself for free. You know, you don't have to be charging your members mad money. We were charging people $40 a t-shirt because it cost us $30 to make the shirt, and the shirt was $5. So we could make $5 so we could buy flags and stuff and like a megaphone. And now we could give away stuff for free because we learned all these things. But we trying to put everybody onto game. Like we're not trying to hold on to no secrets. It makes no sense. Why would, like, if it's just us doing it, if the goal was to activate the hood and get people in the hood running, our hood, North of Central Park. Uptown for me is everything North of Central Park. The Bronx is uptown, Yonkers is uptown, like, all of this is uptown. if the goal was to get everybody running, and and I got the knowledge and like what quote unquote the juice, and I'm not spreading it, I'm fucking up. Cause then it's just gonna be a patch of the hood focusing on running. You know, like my goal is to get everybody running, from the doctors, the drug dealers. Like I want everyone to at least try it. Cause it's not like this isn't a regimen. I'm not running every day. Like, nah, man, I'm running, I'm chilling, I'm going out, I'm buying clothes. I haven't ran since Chicago. I haven't ran in 2 weeks. I don't want to run. I'm runned out. Monday I'm gonna go run again. It's one of those things where you take a break, you come back. You know, it's very rare when I do that, but I'm doing it. I'm chilling, and I want to show people like, yo, you could come to Bodega, run a 5K, eat some pizza, drink some beer, watch the game. Like we got the game playing. Like we got the game plan, we got karaoke some Mondays, we give away stuff for free. Like we just want to show people this isn't corny. This is not what people do in Central Park. You know, this is like for the hood. Like we doing this for the hood. We running on the street. I'll come take over all of Broadway. We'll come take a whole lane on Broadway. We have 100-something people running. And you got the cab drivers honking the horn, like yo. You know, we running on my mom's block. On 191st one time, a drug dealer made us Morir Soñando. They stopped and made us Morir Soñandos on the block. We have 50 people drinking Morir Soñando from a random drug dealer on 191st and Broadway.
Explain to the people, I don't want to mispronounce it.
Hold on a second.
Oh, okay. I'm getting a cultural
It's my guy,
excursion.
Jay. Jay, appreciate you. How you, brother? Good. Jay, this is Hector. This is Jay. It's my other boy, Jennings.
Jennings.
Nice to meet you.
My guy. Remember when I was doing Gabe? This is Jace. Remember when I was doing that stuff for Game 7? I had to get some artists for the kids. My guy was the artist. My man sick with it with the.
Appreciate that.
My man
Expression.
My man is nasty.
Expressive.
Yeah. So it's good, man.
Love,
Yo,
man. King Rock
yo,
is all. I believe in the cause. I believe in the
yo.
mission. You know what I'm saying? This
Jay.
is nothing too.
Nah, this is
I got
something,
more
man.
coming.
I appreciate that. Yo.
So
Jay, my guy, 100%, Jay, man.
definitely.
I appreciate you, man.
I wanna
Seriously.
also help like distributing it.
No, yeah. So I'm gonna do it. Most likely it's gonna be the weekend of November 16th. So it's 200 bags. The bags come in next week.
Gotcha.
I'm already getting supplies. I might do like 50 to a women's shelter. I'm still trying to figure that out. But the 150 is we hitting the streets with.
Bet.
But I got you.
Just let me know, man.
No, I
Just
got
hit me
you,
up.
Jay.
I'm there.
Appreciate you, man.
Yeah.
I got you, man.
For sure, man.
We gonna talk
I love
more, man. Seriously,
Yo.
man.
I see you. Holla.
Yo, Jay, I'm gonna hit you, man. Seriously. Good luck.
All right.
No.
It's Robin Hood right here.
He's sick with it too.
Shit is dope, bro.
He's nasty with it, yo. That nigga's nice.
Yeah, make sure you go under the skate park.
Yeah.
Well, that shit is zombie land down there. Bro. We ran down there. We were like, yo, we ran into the wrong spot. That shit is crazy. That shit like a shanty town.
Yeah.
It's a community of homeless people there.
Yeah. Wait, and
Right by the skate park on
Under the
181.
skate park,
Yeah.
bro.
181?
They be those other dudes that be on the Deegan, like banging.
oh,
They come
this
from the
was.
skate park. That shit's all like connected. Like you could climb shit and
Yeah.
on the highway. That shit is crazy down there. There's
I know. This joint by the hospital. Is you talking about the hospital by the bridge?
Bum Alley is full of homeless people. Bum Alley, we do a race called the Bum Alley 10K, and we run through Bum Alley. That's a race, one of the spots. But that's
For real?
heroin dudes. But right here, it's a community. If we went down there right now, you'd be confused. You think you're like on Skid Row in LA. It's just fucking little blue tarps and mad people just living out there. Grills, like it's a bunch of people that are not from uptown being homeless under that bridge.
Word?
Yeah. Bro.
It's crazy out there.
We run.
You know where's that at?
Yeah.
We can cross the street and go in there right now, bro.
No, I don't want to go now.
The shit is like.
Oh, not at this time. No,
Where's
I'm
the
not.
entrance of the park? This is the time we run. Where's the entrance?
Oh,
of the entrance of
you
the park
ran in
right
there at
right?
this time?
Across
Damn.
the street, and you get to. If you go down those steps, you end up at the skate park.
Yeah.
Right through there, that's full of homeless people right now.
Yeah. The other day I went, it was like 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock. So it's like broad daylight out. And I went because I was taking pictures on my free time. And so I wanted to see if I could get cool shots of the skaters. And so when I went there, just to pass by to get to the skate park, there was people shooting heroin. And it's crazy to me because it's like, you know, this is time that kids will be going, like 14, 15-year-old kids, to go down to the skate park, and they gotta walk through shit like that. It's like, damn, bro, that's fucked up. But it's like,
The skateboard kids be fucking with them dudes too.
yeah, I mean, skateboard kids are crazy ass little
We
motherfuckers.
ran there once and them dudes started throwing rocks. We were like, nah, we ain't playing this shit. They started throwing rocks at us. And we had to like press the
Oh,
skateboard.
yeah, nah,
They're like,
nah.
oh, get the fuck out the skate park. And we were deep too, but it was like, oh, the runners versus the skaters. I was like, yo, we ain't doing
Yeah,
this.
yeah, we're too
I
grown
was
for
like,
this, yeah.
I was like, yo, don't let the 5-inch shorts confuse you. I know you see a lot of leg and shirtless, but y'all niggas is bugging the fuck out.
Yeah.
They're throwing rocks at us. And we had to like, yo, y'all bugging
Why?
out. Like, you know, because
Yeah.
we were turns. Like,
It's kids, you know, it's kids.
Yo, the
But they're
niggas
they're not
stupid.
Yo, kids are so
They're like
disrespectful.
18, 19, they're not kids. They're like,
Yeah, but they young-minded, you feel
old
me?
enough to get punched in the
15-year-olds old enough to get punched in the face. If you standing toe to toe, I'm squaring
My
up.
niggas is my height, bro.
check out.
I'm squaring up.
You gotta check
Yo,
out.
Joe.
If you go down there to scout that, you're gonna be like, yo, what is this?
Yeah.
When did they go? The cops clear that shit out all the time.
Yeah.
Atra.
The camera back on?
Nah. Oh, yeah? Yeah.
Yeah, we back
So,
on. We back on.
you used the term right before we had to take an intermission. You remember what the term was?
What were we talking about?
You said something in Spanish.
Oh, morir soñando.
Okay.
Oh, alright, so we morir soñando is like ice.
I want to repeat it. What is it?
Morir soñando.
Morir soñando.
Yeah. The translation, like, the direct translation would be like die dreaming.
Dreaming that.
So it's like a
I'm not this nigga face. I'm not this nigga face just
you got a creamsicle before, like a creamsicle,
Yeah.
orange sickle.
Yeah.
So it tastes like an orange sickle in a cup. Dominicans make it. I grew up on that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we run in and we on 191st and it's hot as hell and the drug dealers on 191st and St. Nicholas are making morir soñados in a big ass metal tin like pan. And oh venga, and I was like, yo, this is crazy. Like, and everybody, like, we with a lot of people that are not from Uptown. Like, I knew for a fact that those dudes weren't trying to poison me. Like, what would these dudes gain out of poisoning me? So I'm there, like, I'm calling everybody, and a lot of people that are not from Uptown, the transplants, were like, yo, whoa, are we gonna drink the drinks that these random people are? Do you know them? I'm like, no, they went, got orange juice, so the way you make it is orange juice, carnation milk, vanilla, sugar, and ice. And you gotta make the milk really cold so it doesn't curdle, whatever. So it doesn't, the milk doesn't go sour.
No se corta.
Yes, because orange juice and milk. No se
They don't
corta.
cut.
Okay. No, repeat that in Spanish.
No se corta.
Yeah, so it doesn't
One more
curdle.
time.
No se corta.
No se corta.
Yeah.
Y'all better stop playing with me.
Like, that was a
Well,
random,
go ahead.
That was a random ass Riku moment, you know? Like, that was, everybody was geeked up over that. You know, I was geeked up over that. Like, we introducing, like, our culture to everybody. We were the first people to run the high bridge. The high bridge opened on a Tuesday. That Monday we came and we hopped the bridge. We hopped the gate. And we ran. And when we got to the other side, there was mad cops on the other side. I don't know what the fuck they were doing on the other side, but there was mad cops. They saw us and we just dipped back. It was crazy. Like, we shouldn't have done it, but we did it. First people to run the tunnel on 191st. Same vibe. We knew some of the artists that were painting in the tunnel, and we pulled up. It was closed, and they were like, "Yo, go! You gotta make it quick though." And we were in the tunnel. Like,
Fire.
You know, it was dope.
They did some dope work too on this.
First shit, like it's stuff like that. We just put it on, bro. We trying to make this shit cool. Like, whatever hood stuff we could do to incorporate it into the run, we want to do it. So our community,
Give it that balance.
yeah. So they go, oh, alright, this isn't corny, you know. Like, y'all doing a cocoa run. Oh, all right, cool. All right, let me fuck with this Dominican hot chocolate. Your mom making it. You know, it's like that. It's like that Uptown feel. You know, we about to hop a gate to go run a bridge. Oh,
That's
this
definitely
is
the
fun.
Uptown feel.
You know, like we breaking and entering and running. This is crazy. Like, it's shit like that. We jumped in the high bridge one year. Like, when we first started, I couldn't do it. I'm too big to jump over that big ass gate. But
to join the hybrid jump
but it
into
was
the
like
pool.
it was vibey stuff. Like,
Yeah.
and not to condone any like breaking rules, but this is like like when we first started, we didn't know better. We've transitioned now into adults. We know we can't break and enter, but like we were exploring our neighborhood in a different way that we've never seen before. You know, we were in the polo grounds. Like, people didn't go. Like, no one. Why would you go in the polo grounds? We were running in the polo grounds. Like, we run through hoods that you wouldn't want to run through, but it's like, how can you hate on that? Like how can you hate on people doing, like, even if you don't like us, or like I've ran through blocks where I thought I had beef, but it's like, bro, I'm 28 years old. I don't have beef with nobody, bro. I'm running. Like, I'm a grown yes, man. I got kids. I don't care what kind of beef you thought we had when we were younger, but I'm running, bro. I'm running with my we having fun. We running and people respect it. Like we run through a block. Like what you gonna do? You gonna hate on dudes running? Like, on dudes? You gonna hate on me in 5-inch shorts and a black tank top? You can't hate on me like that. Yeah. You would look corny if you like, oh, this dude is corny. Oh, let's beat these dudes up that are running. You be like that's why people feel safe because they get to run through the hood with us.
Yeah.
So, I know what I was saying earlier, man. I was saying how I want you to, whenever you get a chance, you know, speak your truth, you know, speak your journey, you know, because like I said, you know, a lot of people, you know, can learn a lot from your journey, you know, and your energy, you know, and wanting to help others, you know, and having other people, you know, come into your realm, you know, because you could be like, nah, you know, we just keeping this set of runners, this is how I'm keeping it, this is how I'm doing it, you know, but you spreading love, you know, and I think that's dope. When you said if any runner, you know, who's starting up a club or whatever, want to come out and reach out to you, know, to maybe pick your brain, I think that's even more dope because a lot of people at the end of the day, they're selfish with their information.
Yeah.
And,
yes.
You know,
and I don't need people to pay homage. I don't need people I gotta go show love. Nah, bro. You come, you wanna know, you want something, I got it. Here, let me. My Rolodex is your Rolodex.
And I think that's dope. And I think
The industry don't be like that, man. You different.
That's what I'm saying. You know, it's like, so I just want you to continue, you know, doing what you're doing, you know, putting on for Uptown, you know, and we definitely gonna be there Monday, fellas.
Monday.
I think Monday we should
At
do that.
7:30.
7 p.m. we could pull up.
7
there.
o'clock.
And if y'all want to see next Sunday we're gonna do a cheers on at Mile 21 at New York City Marathon, and it's like it's a vibe, bro. It's like we out there deep, 100 deep, 200 deep, free. We giving away vouchers. We there to cheer people on for the marathon. We got a DJ, we got pizza, we got vouchers for food. Like everybody that pulls up gets a ticket. You pull up to the bodega, we got a chopped cheese and an orange juice. Like we keeping it uptown as uptown as fuck, you know. We in the middle of the street, wildin'. Our cheer zone is the most lit during the marathon. Mile 21 when you get to Harlem, you know, when you get to 130th and 5th Ave. That's when the vibe starts.
Yeah, I gotta support that.
You gotta pull up. Just come check it out. And I told everybody, check it out one time. I can guarantee you, if you come one time, you're gonna want to do it again because you're gonna see, oh, all right, this is dope. Hearing it is one thing, but being there and feeling that energy and seeing that 100 people, 50 people, 40 people are struggling and feeling the same thing as you, and they also want to talk to you, and they also want similar interests. You be like, yo, all right, this is a vibe, you know.
Okay. How long is the run on Monday?
3 miles.
3 miles. Okay.
40 minutes. Give me 40 minutes.
Okay.
Pizza's on me. Beer's on me. 40 minutes. That's all I need from you.
Jay going. I know Jay going.
bro.
Jay going. Jay, we in there.
Whatever you looking
Gabe,
for,
we going.
whatever
Gabe,
you
we
think
get-
you're looking for, I can guarantee you can find it at a root crew. You looking for a new job, you can find it. You looking for love, you can find it. You looking for friends, you can find it. You looking for a vibe.
I'm just thinking on my knees. So
you got the knees is
Yo,
good.
yo,
man.
your knees is good, man.
It's 3 miles.
We in there, man. So,
okay.
heck, man.
All right,
again,
all right,
man,
Monday,
For
all
taking
right.
time out your busy schedule, man. It's been a pleasure.
Monday.
Continue doing the good work, man. It's the Hey Now podcast. I know Beloved wants to go on some rant. We might do that, we might not, but I'm out.
Yo. All right. So 3 miles. Okay.
It's gonna be good.
All right. All right.